logged into this call. This is Dr. Anthony Oseghale right here, hosting this call together with our amazing, one of our powerhouse leaders, regional ambassador Joy Oseghale. Say hi to everybody.
Hello.
Excellent, excellent. And just want to, welcome each and every one of you from different parts of the world. We see this call, just still loading up, from all over the world, luxury consultants, email operators, joining us, to hear from an amazing person, an amazing leader, someone that we have a lot of respect and regard for. They say you can't argue with results, and definitely this is one gentleman that you want to hear, you want to learn from, and be inspired by everything that he has accomplished. Very, very, very quickly, we also just want to apologize for starting a bit behind schedule. It's raining cats and dogs, lots of terrible weather right here. The connection has been really, really terrible, but definitely we are troopers and we are going to make this work big time. All right. Now, the individual we are going to be having a fireside chat with today is one of our newest regional ambassadors, Maxwell Adekoje. This amazing gentleman launched his email with GWT in 2015, and guess what? He had no previous MLM experience. Now he set the record as the email operator to launch 16 emails in his first 1 month. 16. He set that record in GWT, and he has helped people establish their businesses in over 25 countries and still counting. He's an international trainer. He's a mentor. He's the email operator in GWT that hit the 100 email mark, with the most speed. He's the fastest BDM 100 club member in the history of global web trade. He also won the Top Sponsor Award 2015-2016 at the convention, and he also received the Elite Award, the Elite Leadership Award from our CEO in 2016. His goal is to help people around the world attain financial freedom. Tonight, I just want to, have, Regional Ambassador Maxwell, say everybody to us. Say hello to everybody on the call tonight. Maxwell, are you there?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Anthony and Joy, for that fabulous introduction on the call. Good morning, good evening to everyone all around the world.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, we're going straight into the meat of this discussion. I know that I've had some interactions with you while we were at the regional ambassador vacation in Cancun, Mexico. What a glorious time it was to, interact, to share, to watch you work, to watch your work rate. And immediately my wife and I thought about this and said, hey, look, this is one gentleman we've got to have on one of these superstar calls that we do have from time to time, and interview and have the entire GWT family benefit from, his work rate and his mentality, his mindset, and all of that. So right away, I would just like you to share with us, how you came to launch with GWT, why GWT, all right, what was special, why GWT? You've not had MLM experience before, you heard about this opportunity, why GWT for you?
Thank you so much, Dr. Anthony. That's a great question. And just to answer that question, I used to work 16 hours a day. So I used to have a 16 hours job, and where I actually work from is an hour away from where I work. So I need to drive 1 hour with 16 hours shift and drive back home. So I'm literally driving 2 hours and getting 3 hours sleep every blessed day to keep up my lifestyle, to be able to pay my bills and all that. So I've been doing that for years, and I always felt there's something out there that's going to take me from this predicament. One of my driving factor, one of my why, I really wanted to come out. I remember one day after my 16-hour shift, sometimes I don't even go back home. I just sleep in my car because I can gain 2 hours sleep from not going back home, but I can't consistently do that. So I was driving back home and I actually slept and almost killed myself driving. And I just knew, you know what? Enough is enough. I need to look for something that's going to be able to pay my bills conveniently and have some extra money to help other people. And I went for a presentation that night. Weeks later, I went for a presentation because I was looking out there for opportunities, and I was invited to so many opportunities that just didn't sound good. I didn't feel the vibe. I didn't have the passion for what we were doing, like health products and all that. I didn't even have that passion for it. So I went to a presentation, and Leo Scala was actually the presenter, and I got sold completely when he mentioned fashion and get paid to wear fashion, and you can use this as an opportunity to change your life. I was sold even before the presentation was over. I was already ready to sign up. So that's how I got into GWT, through a presentation which was done by my mentor, Mr. Leo Scala, which was done here in Virginia. And back to you, Dr. Anthony.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Maxwell. I mean, uh, driving for 2 hours in a day and just sleeping for about 3 hours. Wow. Wow, wow. Okay, now your results and your speed have been amazing. You know, back in Mexico, while we were at the airport, you did share some thoughts and all that. What's the mindset? You know, what's your mindset? What's that driving force? You know, that have been there for you to be able to accomplish such results and such speed, in spite of those things that you encountered, that you shared with us at the airport.
Absolutely good question. And to answer that question, I say what has really driven me, because trust me, it's not everyone that have spoken to that have signed up. The only reason why I have signed up more people than other people is because I'm talking to more people. There's no magic to what I do. I only talk to more people. So what is really driving me is my why. You see, if I wake up at night and I think about going back to a 16 hours job, I get scared. I get right back to work because I don't want to leave that lifestyle, because of the lifestyle I have. Being able not to work 16 hours a day is because of GWT. And that was my driving factor. I don't want to go back to a 16-hour shift. So because of that, I put everything I can to make this happen. There's nothing I don't play with excuses. There's nothing like I may. It's I must get it done. I can tell you, before I became a regional ambassador, if you go back and listen to some of the recordings, there was one that I did with Sean. That was a couple of months before December, and I told Sean on that call, I said, to be is up to you. You decide what you want. You're absolutely in control. And on that call, I remember telling him that I'm going to become a regional ambassador by this specific time or before that specific time. And guess what? It came to pass. And this is because of my drive. It's up to me. It's not up to my upline. It's not up to my sideline. They're there to assist me. But for me to achieve it, I need a driving. Why do I want it? You know, why are you really on this call? That's my question here today. Because we all want to get better. So when we get what it takes to get better, why don't we use that to explode our business, to drive us to another level? I know some of the questions are going to be coming up. What system I use to run the business? I'm going to wait for this question, but my driving factor is my why. Every time I wake up at night and I think about my why, I wake up in the morning with a different attitude, with a different fire drive to achieve my dreams. And back to you, Joy.
Thank you so much, Maxwell. Again, while we were at the Cancun, you did sign up two, I think you did sign up to. And I was like, wow, 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 this guy is absolutely something else. And I do absolutely agree with you that we must set timelines. It is very, very important that you have timelines for yourself, because that's just like it's the starting point. You know, you have timelines for yourself, you have action item, and you go do it. You know, absolutely. Like when I came on board, I told myself, after I got grounded in this business, I told myself, I said, I'm going to be the fastest ROA. And somehow, even though I didn't really get that as far for the company, I did get that for Africa. So you need to set a timeline for yourself, and then you need to walk the talk. Talk is cheap, they say. You need to walk the talk. And absolutely, again, I agree with Maxwell, you need to shun excuses. You cannot have excuse and result at the same time. One must give way for the other. So it's either you're picking up the excuses, or you're shutting that down and you are going for results. Right, Dr. Anthony?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, there's nobody that's going to achieve anything that is meaningful, that is long lasting, that wouldn't have to win all sorts of battles, you know, all sorts of things that you will have to win. You've got to win yourself, you've got to win all those voices telling you can't make it happen, you've got to win the economy, you've got to win the situations, you've got to win different kinds of logistic issues that may come up to stop you from getting ahead. I always say, any business that is not solving problems very soon will be out of business. Now, Maxwell, I would like to ask you this very important question. Now, lots of times, it does seem as though, you know, the way you make these things happen, I think you don't have any challenges at all. I'm thinking you don't have any challenges whatsoever. You know, there are no issues for you to deal with any of the markets that you have launched. You know, everything just basically is working very well for you, especially because you are in America. You know, there's always everything that you need. The cards are working. There are just no issues, you know, so that's why you're just working. If there were issues, you won't be moving with this kind of speed. Am I right, Maxwell?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Very, very correct. And you see, it doesn't really matter what market you're in. If you're ready to get the job done, it's up to you. For example, we went to Cancun. I mean, Cancun, the guys over there make 2,000 of their kind of money, which is about $100 of our money in 2 weeks of work. But they were still ready to launch. They were still saving up their money to launch accounts. So it doesn't matter whatever the economy is. Your why has to be greater than the economy. You cannot change the economy, but what you can change is you. You can change the economy. That's what you can change. You can't change the economy, but you can change you. And when you change you, you can change your business. So we use this excuse of say, hey, this is the economy that's bad. That's why we're not progressing. It's not the economy, it's you. We operate in 165 countries. In the last 10 or 20 minutes, I was with two of Abdulrazak's LC. He launched them here in Maryland. That's right behind me. That's right there behind my house. So if Abdulrazak can, all the way from Nigeria, get on the internet and communicate with people and launch them right behind my backyard, and what I should be able to do better than that. I'm even here. So it's not about where you are, or it's not about the economy. It's all about you deciding to do this business and put in 100% effort to get it done, regardless of all the challenges, regardless of all the obstacles. I have the more obstacles than anyone has. Trust me, I've got more no's than anyone have gotten no's repeatedly. But what do? I have a why that keeps me going, that takes me back again to the same no zone and make that no and turn that no around to become a yes. So just to answer your question, the economy, if you drop me anywhere in the world, Dr. Ad, it doesn't matter. Take me to Saudi Arabia. I will be productive. It doesn't matter. I will be productive in Saudi Arabia. I'll be productive in Cancun. It all depends on you as a person. And the beautiful thing of our business is we're not restricted to one country.
Yeah.
We're in 165 countries that we can do our businesses in. And that's super amazing. If you don't want to do business in Nigeria, guess what? You can do it in Somalia. You can get on the internet. You can get on a flight to Somalia and build a team of it. So we're open to tons of opportunity. We just really need to look at it and know that it's there for us. And back to you, Dr. Aton.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're talking about. We've got an amazing company in our hands. Whatever you make of it is actually, you know, up to you. There is nothing like what is GWT doing for me. The real question is, what are you doing with the GWT opportunity? All right, we're in 165 countries. Next week, we're going to be in South Africa, you know, expanding this business. I know I can see Sima on the call. Nolan is there. Yeah, you heard us right. We're going to be in South Africa for Love Festival of Music and Arts, and there's an exhibition and all of that. And that's what we're talking about, to take advantage of every opportunity, you know, to share the business with people, to share the opportunity with everyone. And before you know what is happening, you're expanding a new market, you're opening a new market, or you are strengthening that particular new market. You know, someone I hold in very high regard gave us this story one time. You know, someone who has trained myself, trained Joy, my wife, you know, in ministry, and trained us in life as well. He gave this analogy. He was talking about a multimillionaire in dollars, and this guy was having a seminar, a business presentation, and training people on business. And while he was doing his talking, a gentleman, you know, stood up in the crowd and, you know, said he doesn't believe these things that this gentleman is saying, you know, because his professor in school, you know, taught him differently from what this multimillionaire was teaching them. So the multimillionaire looked at him gently and, you know, answered him very calmly and asked him, the professor who taught you, is he a multimillionaire in dollars? And the gentleman said, no. He said, okay, I think you should sit down. I have done what I'm telling you, and now what I'm asking you to do and what I'm teaching you to do that has made me multi-millions, if you put it to work, you definitely get the results. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to someone who is doing it. You're listening to someone who is breaking all the records. You're listening to someone whose work rate and whose results speak absolutely for itself.
You know, I sit back here and I'm so active in this call, and I'm wondering why do people really give up on their business? Why do people give up on their GWT business? Maxwell have been saying something, reiterating it again and again, and he kept saying is why. Could it be that these LCs that we had, you know, come on board didn't have a why that was strong enough? I'm just thinking, perhaps when we begin to prospect, you know, people, open this business to them, we must get to their core. You know, we must get to their core, that from the onset, they begin to develop this mindset of why. Because people may just want to do this business because their friends are doing it. And, you know, and so when your why is not strong enough, you know, with every challenge that comes, minimum, maximal, such a person is definitely going to fall by the wayside. But in the course of learning your business, in the course of getting grounded and rooted in that you've said you want to do, you begin to develop your why. For example, when I came into this business, my why was just to shop, right? But then after the first few days, you know, I took time, I was diligent enough to begin to study my back office. I discovered that, oh, this could just be what I have been looking for all this while to, you know, enable me hit financial home run. And then in spite of all the challenges and all that, my why is, you know, strong enough to keep me going. So everyone on this call, you need to begin to re-examine yourself. Why did I launch my email? Why did I say yes to GWT? Why did I come in at the package that I came in with? Why did I upgrade? Why am I on this call? Why am I spending time talking to people? Is it just because, you know, I want to have a sense of belonging, because that is not going to stand? Or is it because there is a place that I want to be, there's something that I want to have, there is a destination in mind, and GWT is the vehicle to get there. Now, when you are absolutely convinced that this is the vehicle that you need to get there, no matter how many times you have flat tire on the way, you're going to fix your vehicle, and you're going to continue on that trip, because you must get to your destination. Dr. Anthony is here. While we were on our way to US before we moved down to Mexico, we were on the air for, you know, we got to Dubai and we couldn't land. We were in the plane for 6 hours, stuck in one place. We couldn't get off the plane. We were stuck there because the weather was bad. Now, we didn't give up. We continued until we finally got to Mexico. It's the same thing, right? There should be a destination in mind. Why am I doing what I'm doing, right? You are investing energy, you're investing time, you're investing money. There should be a purpose. When the purpose is defined, then you will get going no matter what comes, right?
Absolutely. Power talk right there. You know, so guys, I'm just going to say this to you. Maybe you have a question or two you would like to ask, you know, our very super amazing Maxwell Adekoje. You can actually just type the question in. I already see questions rolling in, and we'll ask him right after this question I'm about to ask Maxwell right now. Now, now I'm calling you super amazing ROA. Super amazing ROA. The next question I have for you is this. Can you kindly share with us, practically speaking, how do you approach the people that you approach and get them to launch? Your personal secret strategies.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that question. Okay. And to answer that question, I'll give you the same system that I use. I have not changed it. It has been producing the same result I've had a couple of months ago. It gives me the same result. If I don't do what I say I'm going to do, then the result kind of goes down. But this is what I do. It's a
Listen,
10.
everybody. Listen, everybody. Listen. Write it down.
You see, just like you said, Anthony, everyone is going to write it down, but how many people are really going to do it? This is what makes the difference from the person that is going to get the result and the person that is going to get zero results. It's not writing it down. It's actually going into action and doing it. It's a proven formula. If you do exactly what I'm about to tell you and you don't get results, I will talk to every person that you talk to. I will do all your talking for the rest of your life, because it's impossible for you not to get results. When you follow this simple formula, it's a 10-5-2 system that I use. Again, I explained the 10-5-2. It's a 10-5-2 system. Okay? So what I do, my goal every day is to invite 10 people to this business. By showing them, you could send them the video, show them the opportunity that GWT has. Who doesn't want this opportunity? Everyone wants it. So we just need to show enough people. Your budget might be 20. You can go above my 10. Show 10 people this opportunity every day. Doesn't matter. Go on Facebook. They're everywhere in the world. I just launched a guy from India. What did I do? I was using my 10 system. And that day I specifically did 10 people in India. Show 10 people this opportunity. It could be the 7 minutes video you're going to use, or whatever system you're using. Show them the opportunity. 10 people. Then you have what I do after that, showing 10 people this opportunity. I follow up 5 people every blessed day. Okay? 5 people follow-ups, and use your forensic. Use the forensic box. Follow up 5 people every blessed day. Make it your Bible. Make it your Quran if you're a Muslim. You are gonna follow up 5 people every blessed day. And guess what? If you do the math, you will have about 2 tours every day. I do a list 2 presentation every day. It might not just be personally for me, it might be for one of my LC, which I have to follow up for or something. But my minimum is 10 invites, right? 5 follow-up, 2 presentation every day. Tell me, do that for 1 month. If you don't sign up, it's impossible. It's if you do the math, it's scientific proven to produce the results. So when we have this formula, we know it's going to produce results. Why don't we take action is the question, is because we don't have a why. We have a shopping business. And when you have a shopping business, you shop for products and that's all you get. But when you have a business that you want to make income from, you need to put in that effort. I weigh myself every day at the end of the night. What did I do? This was my goal. Did I reach my goal? Oh, I did 9 instead of 10. I'm going to have to punish myself because guess what? Tomorrow I'm doing 11. I need to make up. So set your goals on what you want to do and really do it. Not just setting goals. A lot of us, including me, we all set goals, but how many of us are really following up and really getting it done when we know that it's proven to give us results? So before I give it back to you, it's a 10 invite, 5 follow-up every blessed, I'm talking about every day, every blessed day, 2 presentation. It could be over the phone. Use a third party, a 3-way call with your upline. Third party credibility. You have, I was just talking to one of my LC today, not really my LC, she was signed up by Abdul Razak. I said, you don't have a story now. But guess what? You have stories you can use. And that's why you need that third person credibility before you have your own story to tell. You just started the business. Guess what? Abdul Razak is in this business, and this is what he did. This is what he did. I'd like you to talk to my upline and put it on that 3-way call and let him do the work for you as you build your business. So 3-way calls on your 2s. Your 10 is your invite. Your upline is not going to invite for you. It's your job to do the invites. Your upline is not supposed to be following. They might follow up for you, but you're supposed to be following up with these guys to get them on a 3-way call. And it could be follow up for closure. You can also use your My Wi-Fi third-party credibility to close your prospects. Sometimes people don't listen to you because they're too used to you. They're tired of hearing you. So you need to bring that third-party credibility to close up the deal. And back to you, Dr. Anthony.
Absolutely, very powerful. Just quickly say to everybody, we're talking about the third party credibility. We're talking about making use of your My5. I remember when I just came in, I used to wonder, here, how do I go about having a 3-way call? So guys, it doesn't matter wherever you are. There are so many very simple apps you can use for 3-way calls. You can actually use Facebook Messenger. It's very versatile, both for video and audio conference calls. Of course, you have Zoom, and all that. But something that is very simple that multiple people can use at the same time is just to create a group in Facebook Messenger with your upline or the My5 you want to interact with your prospect, and just do your 3-way interaction right in there. There may be other easy and simple apps that you can also use as well. You can actually just make it a conference call as well. So whatever works for you at the end of the day, just go ahead and do, like Maxwell has said, the meal is in the doing, right?
Yeah. Also, he talked about the 10-5-2, the 2 being presentations. And again, we have tools. We have tools in our back office, right? We can also forward, I want to believe, Maxwell, do you forward a presentation to them, or do you actively carry out a live presentation with them?
So thank you, Joy. So when I'm inviting, I'm actually after building first we all know we have to build like and trust
That's
before
like
we
and
even
trust,
talk.
yeah.
Right. So we have to build like and trust before we even talk about the business, or that's you're already getting the person into the wrong mindset of not signing up because they think you just want to show them the business. So after the like and trust, I show them the 7 minutes video and I book the appointment. If I'm using a three-way call, it could be a video call, it could be Zoom. Zoom is very, I say it has worked very well for me. You can get three people on Zoom at the same time, and we can all do that presentation. You can do the presentation with your upline. So yeah, I'll say use Zoom. Zoom also has better connection, so invite them, book the appointment, and use a third party credibility. But build like and trust first. That's the biggest chunk that we always miss out is the like and trust. Sometimes people don't join the business, they join you. Back to you, Joy.
Yes, that is very true. Sometimes people don't join the business, they join you. So you don't want to give up. You don't want to be seen like someone that is not convinced of what he or she they're doing. And I tell people all the time, people will first of all buy you before they buy whatever it is that you are presenting.
Absolutely. Okay, let's just take one or two questions from, we've got lots of questions coming in. Just take a couple of those questions from many of our email operators who are on the call tonight. Christine Nickel asked this question, says, I would like to know how Maxwell would find out the whys of his team members. What are the questions he would ask to go deep in finding the whys that would motivate his team in doing the things that needs to be done in building the business?
Lovely. I really love that question. That's a very excellent question. And to answer that question, I had one of Abdulrazak's new LC that I just met, and she was coming for training, and the first question, I didn't go into any launch pad or compensation plan. I asked her questions about her why because I cannot move forward. I cannot work with her if she doesn't have that because guess what? She's gonna quit. So I asked her some specific question. I asked her, what do you want to gain out of GWT? How much are you looking to make? What do you want out of the job? What do you want out of global world trade? And she said, okay, this was her response. She said, I want to make $10,000. I want to make $10,000 a month. Well, I want to make $10,000 as a result. It's not a why. So you saying I want to make $2 million, I want to make $20,000 a month. That is not a why. It's a result. You're going to quit if you don't make that $20,000 in the first month. So I have to rephrase my question. Why do you really, what is this business going to do for you? How are you going to use this to change your life, to help other people? I need something that is going to make you cry when you think about the reason why you're doing it. And I gave her an example. Long time ago, a couple of years ago, I remember I was in Nigeria too as well. I had times when I couldn't afford to buy food to eat. And I had the same people around me who couldn't do the same thing. We used to look for wedding ceremonies, people who are getting married, so we can go and eat over there. So I have that soft spot for people who don't have food to eat. So guess what? I do a chunk of donation every month to feed USA, feed America. I have tons of them. I do a lot of donation to them. Why? Because I have a heart for those kind of people because I've been in the same situation. And if I can get those people out of that same situation, I would love to do that with one pure and clean heart. Okay? So that's a why. That makes me want to move forward. I can't do that without making the funds. I can help people if I haven't helped myself. So I need to help myself so I can help people. That is a why. So that's a driving why. When I think about it, I think of how I went for days without food and how people can do the same thing that I do. It drives me crazy. It wants me to really help out. It wants me to push more. It wants me to want to feed the whole world. If I have money, I'll feed everybody. But this is a why that drives. Not that I want to make $10,000. That's a result. A why comes from the inside. Why do you want to do this business and be successful? Like one of my LC, his mom has cancer. He cannot even pay the bills for the drugs and all that. So he came into this business without driving why. I need to do this business so I can pay the bills so that my mom can live healthy. That's a driving why. That pushes him to move forward. So when you tell him, hey, GWT is not a good company, I need to quit, he laughs at you because he has a why. He's on a different lane. He's on the fast track lane to achieve his dream, and nothing can stop it. That's the why we need to have. And when we don't have this why, we don't last in what we do. Because what really kills us is the challenges that comes to us. When challenges come to you and you don't have a why to push the challenges away and keep pushing forward, you are going to quit. It doesn't matter how strong you are, you need that why. Why do you do GWT? If you tell me to make $10,000 and to drive luxury cars, that's a result. That's not a why. You need to find a why that makes you cry, a why that makes you speak differently. That's the why we're talking about. Back to you, Anthony.
Wow, absolutely. You know, I think one of the things that we're going to do, you know, going forward, we are just going to have another call where we'll be dealing with how to, you know, set up your why. This is something that we commonly train on our boot camps. But we're going to set up another call just basically about the why, and we have lots of amazing leaders, you know, that will also share their own whys with us on that particular call, because this is really, really so important. There's another question here that Adekoje will just help us, you know, just ask.
Absolutely. You know, and before I take that, I really, really want to say, wow, 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 wow. There is a difference indeed between why, your why, and the result. Be careful not to make your result or the result your why. So, Max, you tell us how do you know the right people to show the business to? Do you just randomly choose anyone? That's a question that have come in from Alaya.
Good question. Can you still hear me okay?
Yes. Yes, we hear you
Awesome.
okay.
So one big thing I've learned in coming into this industry, because I came in fresh, is I don't select people, period. Everyone is the potential prospects, because you could look at your friend that you know he's very lazy, he fails at everything, you know, but he could be the one that's going to come to this business and turn it around. And sometimes it's not who you know, it's who the person knows that you know. So Joe might come to this business and be so reluctant or have a slow movement, but he brings Paul, right? And Paul comes and becomes the next Abdul Razak. If Joe didn't come in, Paul wouldn't be in. So sometimes it's not about the person, it's about who they know. So if the person is not productive, you never know, he might bring someone else in, just like the St. Lucia story. He might bring someone else in that's going to come to blow our business. So we don't select people in this business. If a beggar wants to listen to this presentation, you need to do the presentation with the same energy, with the same drive, because I'm telling you, you don't know who that beggar knows that's going to come in and transform and change the whole GWT as a whole. So when we're bringing people in, we don't pick and pin people. We don't pick people. We show people and share this opportunity to everyone we can. It doesn't matter how much they make. It doesn't matter their level of income or their level of or their status, their current status. We just need to show every person this opportunity and let it turn itself around. Stop worrying about the how. Why don't you just do the sharing? Our job is to share, to keep sharing. Share as much as you can. Never stop sharing, and the result is going to come back to you. It's just like planting seeds, and those seeds are going to germinate and become the pillar of GWT. And back to you, Joy.
Thank you so much. Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Now, I wished we could just go on hitting at, our wonderful regional ambassador, Maxwell, on this particular call. But of course, we set this particular call for a particular time limit, and we've just got to keep that time limit as well. And before we bring this call to a close, I just got to ask this final question that just came in from Constantina. She says, in a situation when you meet people, especially for the first time, and they just want to know right there and then what the business is all about, right? Without you having the luxury of time to build that like and trust first. What do you do in this type of situation?
I think that's a fabulous question. Is people who are serious about changing their lives will listen to you. And one thing that I do, I never show the movie, I show the preview. If you want to see the movie, you have to book a date with me so we can watch the movie. And I'll explain to you. Pastor Anthony, you're laughing. It's true. Never show the movie. You have to book a date to watch this movie. If you look at the movie industry, they come out with previews, very exciting, very capturing. And sometimes you even go and watch the movie and you're disappointed. But that's how they get you to see the movie. So you don't need to you don't need to tell them, oh, the comp plan is the best comp plan, $62, $50, $500. No. Just give them the capture, the flash. Get them to that stage of curiosity. And when they get curious, they'll be the one calling you. Hey, when can we talk more about what we just talked about? When can we sit down and talk more about it? They'll be the one calling you because you give them a preview. They need to see the movie to know exactly all what we're talking about. So never give the preview. Sometimes I go to some else's plays and I'm seeing the LC and he quickly calls the guy. I need to do a presentation for you guys, for this guy right now. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. Because when you show people that you have all the time in the world, they don't even take you seriously. I mean, if you call Obama today, he's not going to give you 4 hours or 10 hours of his time. Why? Because he's busy doing productive things. You cannot stop me and just want an instant presentation. You got to book an appointment. It shows how serious this business is. It's not a business off the street. It's a business that's a changing changer. Okay? So show them the preview. Get them excited about it. Book an appointment for them to come and see the movie. And you guys can watch this movie. And they will love this movie after they see the movie. So always preview movie, build like and trust, show them the preview, then show them the movie. Back to you, Anthony. Hello? Hello?
Hello, I'm just gonna, hi, this is Tammy Boucher. I'm just assuming the network got a little bit quiet, so I definitely wanted to back up Dr. Anthony and Pastor Joy in case this happened. It has been truly, truly exciting to hear from you, Maxwell. And I just want to thank you. Honestly, I know that the time that every single leader takes in this company to share their vision and share their skill and their knowledge is truly time that we volunteer and that we give to others. I hope that everyone's taken away your golden nuggets and realized that this is not something that you were just lucky, you know, you were just a fortunate person to achieve success, a red carpet wasn't rolled out in front of you. The person that I know you are, Maxwell, is a person who takes action, and the number one thing that you taught me the first day I met you in Toronto was your dreams must be an emergency. And I will never, ever forget what you instilled in my mindset from that day. And to this day, you've shown the character of those words in your actions. So truly congratulations for all your success since then, leading by example and teaching all of us as leaders in the field what we need to do to improve ourselves so we can help our team improve themselves also. I'm not sure if Dr. Anthony or Joy is on the line. If so, please jump in.
Yeah. Yes, we're here. Thank you so much, Tammy.
Thank you, Tammy.
You're a pro. Thank you very much. Okay, so guys, thank you so very, very much. Our wonderful regional ambassador, Maxwell Adekoje, thank you very, very much for the training tonight, for sharing with us the why, for, you know, just no holds barred, 10, 5, 2, focus on using the forensic and take action, take action seriously. It's not just about being on the call. Being on the call, it's very important, but be on the call with the mind that I'm going to put to work everything that I've learned tonight. And one of the success habits that you've just got to take away is this. On this call tonight, we have people who have exemplified success habits right on the call. Our highest income earner in the company, Reza Mesgalu, is on this call. National Ambassador Reza Mesgalu is on this call. You can imagine, with all the stuff that this gentleman makes, he practically does not miss any call. And he's constantly out there building, you know, developing, showing people this opportunity, giving people the privilege of being a part of this amazing company and changing their lives as well. We have National Ambassador Abdul Razak on the call as well, Sherry Zhao on the call. You know, amazing leaders from, you know, all over the world. These are people who have accomplished great things in this business, and, you know, they are on the call, you know, tonight with us. The St. Lucian powerhouse, you know, the Caribbeans, Venetia, Charles Jones on the call as well tonight. We have several of our SG members, Nora Bastian, you know, Erin, all of them on the call tonight. Why I went ahead to just go ahead and name some of these individuals, not all of them on the call. You know, I didn't call everybody on the call. Just to name a few of them is this: the habit of success is, you know, common, you know, among people who are successful. All right, constantly on the trainings, I'm putting to work, you know, using the forensic, and they're out there making things happen. People, never let anything around you regulate what and who you become. You regulate your environment. You decide how the heat is going to be. Be the thermostat. Don't just be a thermometer, right? Now, Maxwell, there's lots more we wanted to ask you. There's lots more we wanted to ask you. Some other stuff that I'm telling you, everybody on the call would I really love to hear the answers to those questions. Time is really not on our side today. We would like to request that we do a part 2 of this call. Maxwell, I hope you be game for that.
Absolutely. We can do it anytime. I love doing this calls.
Absolutely.
So guys, look forward to the part 2 of the fireside chat with Regional Ambassador Maxwell Adekoje, and then of course we will be having another of our power leaders in our next interaction. You know, going forward with our superstar interviews with our GWT superstars. So guys, thank you so very much for being on the call tonight. Thank you so much, Maxwell, you know, for training us. Thank you so much, Regional Ambassador Joy, my upline, and super amazing, inspiring lady, for all the things that you do in the business. Thank you, all our leaders, and let's go put to work all that we have learned tonight, and look forward to having you all on our next call. By the way, guys, remember our CEO's call with Nigeria coming up shortly, and of course, get on all the trainings that are, you know, coming on, you know, towards the weekend, and get trained as well, all of that. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.